Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of RefGuess. Today's episode is brought to you by SeatGeek. You'll hear more about them later. Today's theme, we're doing MVP runner-ups. A player that has finished second in MVP voting at any point in their career is eligible for this list. Now, I didn't want to make it too easy, so I didn't select anybody that's also won the award. So these are just players that have had specifically great seasons that weren't enough to grab the award, but still should be remembered. And hopefully, these players do remember them, because they're going to need all the points they can get. Let's go.
Josie, you look different.
Yes. Go Yankees. I love One Piece.
My name is Joseph. I'm wearing a Yankees hat.
Yes.
Shelfie, this is for you. Don't get mad if I fuck up. Sorry.
We got an MVP runner-up who wins Rookie of the Year 2006 as a Marlins shortstop.
This guy finished second in the MVP in 2009. Did you know that?
No.
Man, this guy, he gets forgetting, and he shouldn't, right? But when your peak is on fleek in the 305, then you come back home and you take a dive.
Okay.
I don't know what that was.
Boston, Florida, where we won the Rookie of the Year in 2006 as a shortstop.
This guy holds the very, very special distinction of being the first player ever selected by Max Mannis in a fantasy baseball draft. The second overall pick in 2010. And I was like, hey, this gentleman, does a little bit of everything. Hey, last year, 24 homers, 42 doubles, 27 bags, 342 batting average.
I know who this guy is because you picked him in the NL East RBI draft.
Okay.
You chose his rookie season.
Okay.
He had 59. He almost had more stolen bases than RBIs that year.
Me.
So this guy, unbelievable shortstop for the Florida Marlins. I mean, like, those first 5 years are crazy.
We have a shortstop that played for Boston, Florida, Dodgers, Boston, Cleveland. He was a runner-up in 2009 with the Florida Marlins. It's so funny if I'm thinking of the right guy because the teams line up. Rookie of the Year winner, played with the Dodgers and Red Sox. Did not know he started with the Red Sox. Did not know he ended with Cleveland.
I don't think I had realized he had made his debut with Boston. I knew he started in that org, assuming it's the guy I'm thinking of. It doesn't say this on the ref, but I think they signed Jose Reyes, and that really makes him upset. And then midway through that year, he gets to go back to shortstop and go to the Dodgers for a little bit, where he was really, really good.
Great career, huh? 281 steals. He's got to be a good 250 club, something like that. Man, why isn't he talked about more?
This is I want to say Heredia, but I don't know why I'm saying that word, and that's not it.
The Boston stuff got a little, he still had some good years for Boston and the Dodgers, man. I don't know. It ended sour, and I feel like people don't remember not only how good the peak was, but the peak lasted for a while.
Yeah, 09. It's tough that Pujols was also playing baseball that year because that would win a lot of years, but not that year. Real glad he didn't maintain that unbelievably sick stuff when he got into my division. This, of course, is Hanley Ramirez.
Somebody call HR. I believe this is Hanley Ramirez.
I was about to say I thought he had a little more pop, but 271 homers is no joke. This would have to be Hanley Ramirez.
It's Hanley Ramirez.
Awesome ball player, Hanley Ramirez.
I want to say Hanley Ramirez.
It is Hanley.
Okay.
Ramirez.
I should have double checked all the weird positions because I remember left field for Red Sox. That would, if I had scanned down here, I would have said it with much more confidence. Yeah. Would have been like, oh yeah, Hanley Ramirez.
I mean, this is Exhibit A. I know player movement in baseball is generally good, but if he did this career with one team,
Oh, yeah.
people would be hype.
He wears a Red Sox cap to hide his baby dreads. You have no idea what song that is.
No way.
Quick interruption on today's RefGuess episode to thank today's sponsor, which is SeatGeek. Right now, you can use promo code JMBaseball10 for 10% off any order on SeatGeek, whether you're a new customer or not. They are the official ticket marketplace of the MLB, but it's not only baseball games that's available on their event list. Concerts, festivals, football games, if you're into that thing as well with the season ramping up. There's tons of different events to go to through SeatGeek, and you're getting the best prices possible because they're corralling all the best prices from all across the internet and putting them into one simple place just just for you. And on top of all that, you can use promo code JMBaseball10 and get 10% off your order right off the top. It's a sweet deal, and SeatGeek is the best. They've been with us for a while, so thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. And now let's get back to RefGuess.
Getting meaty.
Medium.
I'm in love with Glen Coco. Baking soda.
Are you off the wall right now?
I've got baking soda. I think I was sleepy and then I had one sip of coffee and now.
Seattle and New York, third baseman, 16-year career. I think I do know who this is, hopefully.
Oh, starting in Seattle, breaks Yankee fans' hearts, then replaces Don Mattingly the next year.
And the fact that you would put this in my hands is disgusting. He was constant. He was handsome. He is handsome. God, he was really good.
This guy got MVP, second place, and he was an All-Star and a Silver Slugger in 1997 with the New York Yankees, and he was the third baseman in 1997. Does that make him Scott Brocious? Oh, he was a first baseman, dumbass. 3 means first base.
A New York Yankee. Okay, well this one, the real Joe's McFly would have gotten as well.
Yeah.
Jolly, you don't think I know this guy? Come on.
Played with the Rays and Cardinals late in his career, went back to New York. Could be wrong. I think some want this guy's number retired, and I don't understand why, unless I'm thinking of the wrong player. I think he wore 24. Hopefully, I'm on the right path.
1997, year I was born. He won the home run derby on my day of birth, which I think people forget. He's there for all the Yanks dynasty years, leaves for a little bit, comes back for one final year. Actually okay. I mean, you'd want more production out of your first baseman, especially in 2005, but that's not his fault. I'm sure he was hitting righties at least.
In fact, he doesn't get talked about with some of those Yankees cores, you know? Because people go Jeter, Posada, Pettit, Rivera. My guy Bernie gets left out sometimes, which is ridiculous.
Seattle Mariner first baseman came over to New York to replace the immortal Don Mattingly, and he did an unbelievable job right away. I don't think anybody would have expected Yankee fans to like the new first baseman so quickly. And I mean, ask anybody who grew up around that generation. He gets the same kind of love as like Paul O'Neill and Bernie and stuff.
Very cool story that Derek Jeter got his first career hit when he came up for like a cup of coffee in 1995 in Seattle against the Mariners. And this gentleman was playing first base and said like, hey, congrats, kid, first of many. And then they went on to play together and win many a World Series together. Yankees fans like love this guy. I don't think, whatever, maybe it's just because he was on a lot of good teams, but I've literally never heard a single Yankees fan who has anything but the most like incredible positive things to say about this dude.
44 home runs in 1997. How about it? Run up an MVP too. Sheesh. 44 home runs, 141 RBIs. Man, the 90s baseball is just different. Balls were juiced up. No, I'm just kidding. The guys were. The Cardinals, Rays, and Yankees. Oh, gosh. So the name I had in my head was Tino Martinez. And I think that's who this is. No other names coming up. The only thing that scares me is that my knowledge in the 90s and early 2000s isn't the sharpest. And I'm always afraid that, you know, Edgar played with the Mariners for a long time. I'm mixing them up because of the same last name. But I think this is Tino Martinez.
This would be Tino Martinez.
So Tino?
This is Constantino Martinez.
Tino Martinez.
Constantino Martinez, man. He was good. I guess, I mean, that 1 year is an outlier. He was Seattle
like,
before that.
He's got like a 6-year stretch there, which is pretty fucking good, dude.
Tino. No bold for Tino.
I was going to say, I feel like people were like, Tino should have his number retired. Or it is retired. And it's like, it shouldn't be. He didn't play for that long.
You were saying the number sucks to me. I was like, I don't know. Oh, is that his name?
That is his first name, Constantino, yeah.
I know my elders, Jolly. I know my elderly ball.
All right, hard.
Woo! Time to get hard. Hard. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, this city won't give in to thugs like you. Where is she? Put that in.
Yeah, let's get him.
Giants third baseman, 43 homers in the year. question.
Oh gosh, I see old third baseman. Oh yeah, I do know who this is. I think.
This guy hit a lot. And a lot of people bring up that 1995 season because he was on pace for some big things at the time.
San Francisco Giants played there for a long time. 87 to 96. Okay, so this is going to be a guy I don't know.
No, 1994. Third baseman on the San Francisco Giants. Wasn't there like 4 guys on pace to break the home run record that year? Like Griffey, Thomas, and Bagwell. Okay, so third baseman. Feel like I should know this? Easier.
Ooh, shortstop. Giants, Cleveland, Arizona. There's like 5 shortstop, third baseman. Nice going, Max.
1 year in Cleveland and some time in Arizona, including the championship. Led the league in RBIs in a different year. I mean, there's some overlap with like the Kevin Mitchell era, but he's in the outfield with the Giants at least. Wins a Gold Glove in the 1 year in Cleveland. And a Silver Slugger, which feels like what were third basemen doing that year?
Really good player. Former manager, too. Longtime Giant, Cleveland, Diamondback. I see a snake. Shelfie, we're going to have a good time. As Owl City and Carly Rae Jepsen would said, whoa, we don't even have to try. It's always a good time.
God, 647 slug the year after he led the league in home runs. This is third baseman. I'll finish the career with the Snakes. People forget. Contributed, too.
He was a third baseman for the Diamondbacks when they won the World Series. That's not going to ring a bell to me because I was a child. Who got the game-winning hit? Who's all those Diamondbacks that I've blanked out of my brain? I know these. 9 Innings from Ground Zero. Great documentary.
Okay.
World Series, DVDs, good stuff. Trying to think of the name right now, and I can't even come up with it. All the other names of the Diamondbacks are going through my head. Even the pitchers. Tony Womack went through my head. I know it's not Tony Womack.
Okay. My instinct right now is Will Clark or Jack Clark. I forget which Clark I like. Made it over to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Third place MVP voting. Is that like Steve Finley, maybe? It's not Kevin Mitchell. He won MVP, I want to say 88 or 89.
I was thinking Orlando Cabrera at first, but it is not him. He played shortstop, and he was with the Red Sox. 43 bombs and 94 for this guy, even with the lockout. 43 bombs in 112 games. Good for him.
I feel like I'm starting to key in, but I could be not. Like I saw Ryan Terrio in my head. We're starting to recall some names of the era. This guy at least had the reputation of being a good fielder. 4 Gold Gloves. To be on that homer pace in 94. Extra. Like McGuire hadn't happened yet. This one is hard. I couldn't have hung on 2 more years till 05 when I started like watching and like and knowing ball.
Who's the tall? Is it the tall guy with the goatee? Why am I blanking? Luis Rodriguez.
So I'm gonna go with Will Clark.
Third baseman, big power bat guy, was on the Snakes World Series team, used to be their third base coach at one time before being hired as a head coach / manager. This is easier than the medium for me because Diamondback on here, but this is Matt Williams.
I think this gentleman is Matt Williams.
Oh, I think this guy has like the most basic name. That's so fucked up. Matt Williams.
Good ball player, Matt Williams.
Matt Williams is correct.
Did the
Nicely
kids
done,
struggle
Jay.
with that? I feel like it's a generic name, which hurts.
Were you looking for Luis Gonzalez?
I was looking for that. Who is this?
This is Matt Williams. He went on to manage the Nationals for like 2 years. That's the only reason I know him.
Would not have got that.
The Shaq meme. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't know your game, Matt Williams.
Okay, I thought that
Like-
would have been like a
No,
okay,
that's
cool.
not I'm really surprised I wasn't more familiar with Matt Williams considering all of the accolades and
Yeah.
stuff.
Matt Williams is correct. Nice.
Jesus.
I was getting the vibe that you weren't getting.
I was
there.
like, I was within seconds of giving up.
yeah.
It feels nice to see a snake. It feels really good.
Good career. Better career than I think I realized. I knew he was good. I didn't know he chased down that record.
Well, everybody except Jimmy and Joe's, aka Lucas for today, made it to today's trivia round, and it's a shame for Lucas because I think he would nail this question. The question on the surface is quite simple. One question, one answer, one guess. Who was the 1996 NL MVP? But I'm going to give players 2 clues because that's a little difficult. Their first clue is that this player is the only player in this team's franchise history to win the MVP award. Their second clue, and a fun fact that I found myself, is that this is the only player to win the MVP unanimously while never receiving an MVP vote in any other season of their career. A true anomaly, and let's see if these players can give me the correct answer.
So they're the only one who got it in that franchise's history. NL, half the team's out, and they didn't get a vote any other year. So I know it's not a Dodger. Padre that comes to mind when you think about that era, but I'd be really shocked if he didn't get votes any other year. And I don't have it firmly in my head that like he won. Sneeze coming. Yeah, maybe it's not coming. That sucks. Giants have had MVPs. I'm circling the Padres right now. And in that era, you think of Tony Gwynn first. And there's just no way he didn't get votes in other years. But then like who else? I really don't feel good about it, but Tony Gwynn's the best I've got.
Your brain was in the right place with the Padres. Tony Gwynn never won an MVP.
I didn't think he had won one. I would have been shocked if he had only 1 year of receiving votes.
So it's funny, talking baseball, at the time of recording this, the Astros just had their Hall of Fame weekend, and this guy who was inducted for the Astros Hall of Fame this year didn't do it with the Astros. I believe he did it with the Padres. Shout out Dan Canobio because Dan loves this guy, Ken Caminetti.
That is correct. So a 5-point round for Shelfie Dalton. That was clean.
Very clean.
That is an interesting little trivium question, Jolly. I'm pretty sure your Mets don't even have an MVP, so they're out.
Well, yeah, 2024 is not over yet, but we will soon.
Should I do every team? Is that what people want? The Philadelphia Phillies. They've had a few MVPs, so I'm going to rule them out. Now, the Marlins are interesting, Jolly, because they were a new franchise at the time, and they won in 1997, but this is the only year the player won the MVP, which kind of doesn't make sense to me. And Miguel Cabrera, he didn't win with Miami, right? Okay, the Cardinals are a historic franchise. They're out. The Pirates are a historic franchise. They're out. The Brewers, Christian Yelich has won MVP, so they're out. Let's see. I'm pretty sure my Snakes have not won an MVP. Giants have MVPs. Dodgers, get out of here. Padres are interesting. Oh, is this the Canobio special? This team does not have another MVP. This player has an outlier year, and it was a fun fact he brought up way too much. And maybe I'm just excited because I saw Dan the Man this weekend, but I will go with Ken Caminetti.
And you'd be correct, Jake. Nicely done.
I want to figure out the team first. That feels like a good way to go about this. Which teams have definitely had multiple MVP winners? Phillies for sure. Braves for sure. Have the Mets had one? I feel like the only kooky fun NL MVP fact that came to mind for me immediately was Andre Dawson being for that losing team, but that was 10 years before that. Snakes were not around yet. There's a gentleman's name that's coming to mind that's a bit of a, dare I use the word legend in RefGuess lore? And one of our departed fallen soldiers used to just love mentioning this man. And I'm almost certain he won an MVP, but I feel like someone else on the team might have won one. I don't know. I'm just going to go for it. Is this Ken Caminetti?
It is Ken Caminetti.
Wow.
Yeah, Ken
that warms my
Caminetti,
heart.
The only Padre to ever win MVP, the only player, according to my research, to ever unanimously win and never get another vote.
That's what steroids do. That's
Amazing.
awesome.
Well, shout out to Jake, Max, and Dalton for getting all 5 points on today's episode. The correct answer, of course, Dan Canobio's favorite, Ken Caminetti. Dan, if you're watching, we say hello, and if not, I'm probably going to send this to you via text message anyway. Thank you for watching today's episode of RefGuess. We've got 3 episodes left in Season 2, and the first place race is still up for grabs between Jake and Max, so keep your eyes peeled. Stay tuned next Thursday for another episode. We'll see you then.